Okay, so I uh don't really know where to start. I saw the other day death coming. Not for me. At first I thought it was for me, so I freaked out. But it was referring to the assassination attempt. And I said, "Oh, well, I'm glad it wasn't about me." But I'm seeing the same exact cards again. And they just dropped all over the floor. Let me see if I can find them. I don't know why I didn't take them out before I started the video. Oh, well, it was death, basically. And then there was a few other ones, like the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups is there. And I'm like, what the hell? But they were like, just trust your intuition, just invite it. And I'm seeing like a group of people, and clearly there's lots of groups of people around him, but they're very close. They're very like, it's like they're close, but they're not. It's like they're close, but they don't see each other. Or maybe they see each other, but it's like a network. It's a network. Okay, it's a network of people that is involved with this situation with Trump. Okay? What I'm getting is that they are not finished. I don't think that this first attempt was even meant to succeed. However, I think that the second one, which is coming, is intended to succeed. However, I'm not sure that it will. It's like it's on the cusp right now. It's just that it's really undecided. There's a lot of energies going at this. So the oh god, there's a lot of information coming in. It's like there's things about karma, there's things about people's energies going into different intentions, there's things about 2:22 on the clock on the camera. So people's intentions is very important. It's a battle. It's right now. It is a battle of that goes beyond this 3D world. It is a battle that is being waged not just in this world, but like as in like people throwing curses at each other, not just at Trump, but very much so at Trump as well. People throwing curses at each other, people trying to nudge different processes, not just the election, but different things in different directions. For example, maybe they want him to go in his car to the left, right? And then other people are seeing it in their cards and or seeing it from their psychics or whatever, and they are so they're trying they want him to go to the right, but they can't make him do anything. So that's the danger for him. And everybody knows my opinion, but I'm not going to even say 3:33 on the clock. Oh my god, every time I look at the clock. Everybody knows my opinion, but it's not really relevant here. I'll try to be as neutral as I can. But anyway, so it's not about a car. It could be. Actually, now that I said that, it very well could be. But it's only one part. This is a multi-step process that a group is playing out, and it is way beyond liberals and conservatives. There are people from both sides and other sides involved in this, and it goes way beyond America. This issue is so much deeper than I feel like we may ever really know. But it's possible. They're saying to me it's very possible that we will know, but they're going to do their very best to keep it hidden. But it's going to be very, very difficult because there's going to be a lot of evidence thrown on the ground, strewn everywhere, and people are going to be bound to find it. And because they're not going to be able, they're going to be very hard pressed to find and secure every little piece of evidence that has been left behind, which has already begun. There is already evidence somewhere on the ground, somewhere in a desk, somewhere where it's just been left behind because, not because they've been really careless, but because it's just so involved that there's so many pieces that it is really hard to keep track of them all, and there's been mistakes made, and also because they're a little bit overly confident, and I think with good reason. So I'm seeing another attempt coming up. And so did another psychic who's great, Wisdom and Light. She is amazing, so talented. I love her. She also said that, but here's what I'm getting beyond what she said is that, first of all, I feel like there is an attempt at poisoning here. And I got the Fool, but I saw, I was like, it doesn't mean what the card usually means in this case. What I'm seeing is I feel like it must be Trump because it's the clown. But I feel like it must be Trump because it's the clown. But it's like he falls off a balcony or something, or he just falls and hits his head. Maybe it's not quite literal, but oh, I just heard downfall. Okay, so I wasn't gonna keep this video very long, but now I'm I'm more curious. Very sorry for the strange position. Like I said, I wasn't planning on going on this long, but let's just see. What else can you tell me about this? What else can I intuitively pick up about this, please? I invite in the information that I seek in all safety and protection. I allow the information in, doing harm to none, doing no harm to me. Because there are people out there who are very, very much opposed to people getting this information, including psychics, including intuitives, right? So, we have Four of Wands. Again, these pictures are just so detailed that I really doubt that it's about what the card is about. However, I just heard, well, maybe not, because there is a celebration, but I feel like it's a rally. But people aren't gonna go, or people either aren't gonna go. Oh my God. Okay, so there could be an explosion in a building, at a party, or at some kind of gathering. I just heard they just missed him. So maybe he's not there yet, or maybe there's a what's the person that like takes the place of somebody else for security reasons, that maybe that's the person there instead. Conspiracy. Okay, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I think that there is some reality to some conspiracies, and then there's a lot of bullshit. But 10 of Cups again. 10 of Cups again. And I do not get a happy feeling from these 10 of Cups. I mean, let me clarify. I get a happy feeling for a lot of people from this. I get a happy feeling in the way that people are going to be happy that something was avoided, but I don't think that even if what they are trying to do happens, I don't think that it's permanently going to change things for the best, because I think somebody is going to take his place. Because, okay, here's the thing, is that if you are against him, then, or if you are for him, then you're not going to like what I'm about to say. But he is a serious danger to not just democracy, not just our country, the country, but to the world, and also oh my god, like the information was downloading and then I got distracted and it just. So he's not just a danger to democracy. He's not just a danger to the country. He's also a danger to the world. But okay, but he threatens our ability to evolve, as not evolve physiologically, but evolve spiritually and evolve morally as a species in a way that will lead us to an outcome which serves everyone equally. Because if people could see what was going to come if we went down the correct path, and with understanding that the current path, the current fork in the road, which is not just the fork of the election, but something more serious. But anyway, this his winning would push us towards the right path, was what they call it, the right path, as in the direction right, which is the incorrect path according to them, because there is, I think it's like contact with aliens, but it's not just about that. That's like secondary. We have something so beautiful, something enormously like important that we are so close to achieving. And they want us so desperately to get to that. We're going to get to it regardless. That's what they say, but it will take much longer, and it will take many more lives away, and it will cause much more suffering if we go down the right path, the incorrect path, instead of the left path, which is the correct path. To me, the thing about them calling it the left path, it's as if there are certain things that we believe that are important morally, or that it's like there's something we have to sacrifice in order for us to have to be most in alignment. That's what it is. And I don't know what it is. I don't think it's something that we would be like, oh God, no, absolutely not. It's more just something like, I don't really like that, but okay, maybe it's the attempt. I don't know. Anyway, though, they worry that we are going to go down this path. They don't worry, but they have concern about it, because they would much prefer us go down the path that leads to more success and leads to us becoming more integrated as a people, and more and have more of a loving basis for our connections. Because at this moment we can either go down the path of vitriol and hatred, or love and understanding. And they recognize that there's no one side that is perfectly moral. In fact, there are serious problems on all sides for obvious reasons. But there is an obvious there's an obvious choice that results in less suffering, even though they're saying yes, there is way more suffering than necessary happening because of both sides, or all sides. Okay, okay, I kind of got off track there. I think that they're like, well, I don't know if you're ready for this information, but we'll ask one more time. I noticed that their apples are not there. And it really looks to me like their house caught on fire. And I just saw this, I saw the windows blowing out when I first looked at that. That's why I was like, an explosion. There was also astrology about a possible war breaking out on American soil. I find that hard to believe, but it could be a terrorist attack. So I'm sorry, I'm not trying to fearmonger, but there is a point to this. I don't know what they really want me to do about it, but there's a point. There's a point to it. Six of Swords, because the way things are going, they look bad, and the worst might happen in a way. But even if it does, something else is going to surprise them out of us, okay? Really surprise us. And so even if the worst happens now, there's still going to be an opportunity. Again, it's down the left path, so there's still something we don't really agree with down this path that we don't really think is the greatest, for the best good, but it really, really is. And they want us to remember that sacrifice is necessary. It doesn't mean you and me, but it does mean certain people, certain ideas, certain institutions, and certain governments. So they said that there is a very high likelihood that if we go down the right path, the incorrect path, that governments will change. There will be a shift in, I can't think of the word right now, but anyway, for example, the USA would become, the United Capitalist Republic or something like that, So it would be a different government. That is very, very likely to happen. There's like two very high likelihoods, and then there's a third one up here that I'm seeing. Like I'm seeing them as like kind of lights, like as in they're kind of like located in houses or something like that. Ah, interesting. But anyway, they're saying that the highest likelihood right now is the one that we want. But it's really, there is, only time will tell if only time will tell, period. So, Two of Cups, I keep getting this too. There's been an arrangement made. Someone paid a lot of money for this. Someone paid, and they are not accepting failure. That is unacceptable. Failure, not acceptable. That is, I'm hearing those words. Ooh. And then I heard, who let you in? I have chills everywhere. Oh my god. I have chills. Okay. Who let you in? I don't know. Okay, we have the sun. So, whew, that's good. But the sun could just be about the awareness. Oh. Some paperwork might be exposed that it doesn't directly say anything damning, but in combination with other things, it will be damning. But also, they're saying that the advice I gave the other day about us finding ease within ourselves, if even just a few people, like it's so contagious because ease is so easy, but we don't know that. Like, we really don't. It's so out of our territory that that it's hard, but it's still not hard. It's just hard for us to conceptualize. But it still doesn't take effort to do, and that's the problem. We feel like everything needs to be efforting. So they're saying if like a handful of people drop their excessive effort and find more ease, it will transfer to others. And if there is a sufficient amount of ease when we get to a certain point beyond this year, maybe in a few years, then there's no way we're going to go down the wrong path. And I know that sounds crazy, it really does, but you're thinking in the 3D physical realm, and the 3D physical realm is definitely deeply affected by things in other realms, and it is an intentional engineering of the 3D realm that we don't see it until we trust, until we learn to let go, until we learn to allow, until we learn ease. It's just, and trust being the number one thing. And this is a lesson that I'm having to learn right now, is that it's hard for me to trust because I do not feel like I was given a fair draw of the cards, or whatever you want to say. But I was like, okay, well, I'll trust you in here, and I'll trust you in here. And the instant that I did that, like the YouTube readers were just telling about my life, like 100%. I was getting, like, I was just having good luck. I was knowing exactly what decision to make. And even when it didn't feel good to make that decision, I knew that it would make me feel best in the end, and it did. And this is just within a few days. So I can't imagine how that trust, how that allowing, how that permission, how that openness, and that's the thing, opening, could influence my reality alone. And if what they're saying is true, and I believe it is, that it is contagious, then we have a real shot at having a better future. And you don't have to convince anybody of this. You need to have trust. A few of us need to have trust. And those few with the hearts of trust and allowing and ease, if we invite it to be contagious, then it will be. Let the ease and the allowing and all of that be the viral thing. Let that be the next pandemic, and it will be. It sounds so crazy to me. My logical mind is fighting me right now, okay? I get it. But that's the reality. And I really need you to hear that. It's so important. Okay, is there anything else, Spirit, that we need to know? And look, I understand my background was a bunch of like vitamin bottles and bullshit. I just wasn't planning on doing this right now, here and now. But they were like, no, because I was just meditating and talking to the Pleiadians. And I kind of just don't really know where that ended and where the video began. So there we have it. Okay, look at that picture, the top picture. Guys, that's him. That's him. I don't want to say good news or bad news. I'll just say it is news here that it looks like he is still alive there. So there's that. I'm not going to say that's a good thing or a bad thing, but it is a thing. 9 of Swords. He is aware. He is aware of this situation. He's not aware of everything, but he senses it. He's not an intuitive person, but even somebody as unintuitive, and let me stop there, but even someone like him can sense this, because there's just so, ooh, my God, there's so many curses, there's so many hexes, there's so many evil, not evil, but I guess evil. There's so many contrary energies being directed towards him that even he can feel that. And it is just making what he's just gone through much worse, because he feels trapped. And he is. I don't remember putting this back, but we got the sun again. So I have a feeling this is something a little bit more personal. This is like saying something like, what I hope will happen will happen. And truly what I hope will happen is that he will lose the election, okay? I'm just going to say it. But I don't know that it's... I think that's a secondary thing. Nine of Pentacles, yeah. Okay, there's a lot of money behind this. There's a lot of money. I know this is kind of really scattered, but it is what it is. Six of Pentacles. It's like they feel like their money has been thrown away. They feel like they didn't get what they paid for. But at the same time, someone knew that this kid was not going to make it, because even he was kicked out of a gun class at his school or something because he was a bad shooter. So I don't understand how clearly someone didn't communicate who they were using, right? Oh my god. Okay, the downfall of the king, the tower. Yeah. Yeah. Because it's the tower and the light aspect here, it's still the tower, right? Especially in combination with the dark aspect of the Six of Pentacles, it's still the tower. But the crown there says it all, doesn't it? Falling off. It's like the tower doesn't fall down. It's the inside of the tower that has the tower moment, right? And somebody throws the crown out of the building because the king is so ooh, Lord have mercy, this is a dramatic reading. Okay. It's King of Pentacles. Yeah, I think I was gonna say Biden, but I almost feel like he doesn't look old enough. And he's wearing red. If you watch my reading from the other day, there was something about people wearing red. Look out for people of note wearing red, and if you see it, please come here and comment it. Because there's going to be something about those people, or that person. The fact that I said those people, there might be a group of people wearing red protesting. Oh, the hats. Yeah. Also, this is somebody paying. I mean, it just keeps telling me people paid money for this. Okay. Wasted opportunities. But also, they're saying they're a little bit sad that this boy's life was sacrificed. They understand that no matter what, that was going to happen if he went through with this, but he was very much pressured to go through with this. He was threatened. His family was being threatened. I'm not sure that they knew of the threat, but clearly he did. And they set him up so he wouldn't get caught going up onto that roof. Because otherwise he would never have been able to do that, right? We all can see that, okay? Yeah, I keep getting this. I keep getting a very dark King of Wands energy. And I don't use this deck often because it's a little too dark, and if you get a reverse card, it's just always negative. But I thought that the imagery is really interesting and really important for this reading. So this is a magician. I'm saying, guys, there are magicians at work. I don't know what to call them. Witches, magicians, workers, whatever you want to call them, because they're different traditions. They're not all the same. They're not all the same tradition, and they're trying to prove which one is the most powerful, and they're finding out that they're going to end up at a stalemate. I haven't got the Two of Swords, but they're going to end up at a stalemate because each one has its own advantages and disadvantages. A Ten of Swords. I don't know if this was upright or not, but I almost see this as like, I feel like they used to lace silk, like a mesh, or like a soft silk or something like that you could see through over the bodies. I don't know if they do that anymore, or if I'm just totally imagining that. Because I almost feel that this is like spider silk, like somebody's used spider silk to make this like cover for the body. I really see this not ending well for him. There is a death coming. That's all I can say. And I know people don't like for you to predict that stuff, but you know, get mad at me if you want, because I was drawn to do this message. I had no plans on doing it. I don't ever do political readings. I don't know. We'll see why. And I'm being told to trust. And I'm asking for you to do the same. But if you don't trust, that's fine. Just click off. And by the way, this was coming out. I almost put it back. Two of Swords. Stalemate. I almost put it back though. And then we have the Hangman. A shift in perspective for the entire country. Letting go of this vision of a greater America when we can't even, I mean, when people are being duped, you know, people are really being brainwashed. Ace of, they're like, yep, you said it. Ace of Swords, yeah. People are being brainwashed, and they're grabbing onto that sword, and they're cutting their hand wide open just because they want that sword, and they want to have their opinions validated. They want their opinions to be right, and they're just not. They're just not. They're not in alignment. Maybe their opinions are right. I don't know. But they're not in alignment with the universe, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. L'Empereur, the Emperor. So this, to me, seems like Joe Biden. Even though he still looks too young. But at the moment, L'Empereur, the Emperor, is Joe Biden. That's the president, right? Especially over the United States, because states are like countries, and the Emperor rules over all of the countries, each with their own king. The Ten of Cups. Ooh, this group of people that organized this and are organizing the next attempt are very high up, and that includes governors. This is gonna be the last card for this. Five of Swords. Let me just. She's walking away. After doing a bad thing. Okay, oh, I got chills. So the person who is successful, if there is a successful attempt, the person will walk away scot-free. I have never done a reading like this, so I want to say mark my words, but I could be wrong about that. I'm not wrong about the people, but I could be wrong about this. And also, it's very likely that we would never know this, so just FYI. But I would say she needs to put some shoes on. Girl, you need to put some shoes on, okay? Because you're in this like muddy place and you have no idea what's in that dirt. There could be glass in there. Your foot could get cut and leave DNA evidence. But somehow it will be washed away by the water. So it could be on a rainy day. I'm getting a lot of impressions that I have never... To be honest, guys, I've gone through a major shift lately, and that shift is wonderful. It's beautiful, and it's very freeing, and it's opening a lot of doors for me. But the information that I'm getting is much stronger than I've ever experienced, and so it's a little confusing for me. So thank you for your patience. If you're still here, then I am humbled and I love you, okay? The Hierophant, I think it's repeating the same thing now again, that there is an organization, maybe not an official one, but maybe an unofficial organization, but even maybe an official one, that is very much wanting this to happen, okay? Oh, God forbid I say I want one thing or the other to happen. I do say that I want him to lose the election. But I have no real opinion about whether he dies or not. I really don't care. Let's be honest. I really don't. I don't care. I care more about the world and how he would affect the world. But I do think that there's already a person who will take his place if this happens. So I don't think that we're scot-free if he dies, right? So I think that's why I couldn't do my channel message the other day, that I was supposed to, or that I was planning to, because this was part of the message, and they were like, we don't think you should do this in the park. I think it's too long for that. But there's more an uplifting message coming. I was starting to pick up on the message earlier that they were giving me. It is semi-related, but not really. It's more uplifting than this. So keep a lookout for that. Don't expect too many political videos, unless this gets popular, which I doubt, but maybe it will. Because, I mean, I really don't want the vitriol, but I was pressed to get this out because they were really being like, no, you need to get it out now, because if it doesn't come out now, it won't come out. And we want you to, I'm getting a bunch of things. See, it's a little bit overwhelming with what they're saying. They want me to experience something, anyway. A positive thing, I assume. But I love you, okay? And I will be out with a picker card soon and a channel message soon. I think a channel message first. So keep a lookout, and I'll see you then. Bye.